Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have encountered what for me is the final straw in stupid price predictions of XRP. I wasn't going to record another video today, but here we are, so this one will probably be rather short, but I have to address this. I've come across 3 specific price predictions of XRP, all within the last several days or so. And you know what they're predicting? One of them is predicting XRP's going soon to 8 cents. One is predicting that XRP could hit 16 cents. And the third one is predicting that XRP could go as low as 13 cents. Mind you, we are sitting here today. Look at this. See where I'm circling? If you're driving, don't look. Hands at 10 and 2 if you're driving, Mr. Driver. You are a motorist. So it's at 33 cents. About 33.5 cents. That's what XRP's at right now. With a market cap for crypto in $306 billion, and Bitcoin is at 11,190, as I just stated that anyway. So I'm going to show you these predictions. I'm going to run through them. I'm going to tell you exactly what I think of this. One quick housekeeping item I wanted to mention. Somebody sent me this right before I went to record, and I thought I'd just share this. This is from Tom Bethke, if I'm saying that right, and he tweeted out, tagged me and a couple other XRP YouTubers, and I'm not sure who Jayed Martian is, and then we got Ripple Press in here, but anyway, this tweet was, what in the ever-loving F word? Is this some institutional money coming in, or is the mother of all pump and dumps? Yeah, so I clicked on this, and look at this, 5 billion. I thought I might have been like, not properly looking at the decimal places, like surely this must be 5 million. If it's even that would be a lot, but still 5 billion with a B. Oh my god. And you know why this is bad, because this just goes straight into Bitcoin, doesn't it? It's just like this gets printed and then it goes into Bitcoin, and then you have an artificially high price. That's the fear. That's really what it is, right? And so man, I'm so skeptical of Tether. Oh my god. So I clicked on this thing, and presumably this is completely accurate. So this is the whale alert, whale-alert.io, and here it is. Here it is right here, 4 hours and 39 minutes ago. And this is the first I had heard of it. So I thought I'd just share that with you. So if anything, you'd think that the price of Bitcoin would be getting pumped up here, which kind of is a reasonable segue into what I'm going to talk about, because I am talking about price in this video exclusively. And this is about price. Even this Tether thing's about price. Let me just get into the predictions here. Here we go. Oh, by the way, actually, I will mention this too. Tether printed within, when was this article? When's the date on this stupid thing? It was within the last month or so. They printed 250 million, and people were like, oh my god, holy crap, that's a lot of Tether. And then we see that they just printed 5 billion. So, whatever. Let me just move on. Let me get to what I really wanted to talk about, because this is what's really grinding my gears. These predictions really steam my vegetables. Look at this. This is from TradingView right here, and I hate this. And I'm going to run through all 3, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what I think here. Look, XRP will see you at an eventual 8 cents here. And so this is some no-namer named London 55555 on TradingView. I actually covered this specific prediction in a previous video, just for the heck of it. Look, if something's getting talked about, or if it's relating to the price of XRP, I'm happy to talk about it. I made it clear in the video, this is not something that I'm buying into. Somebody just put something wacky out there, and sometimes it's fun to talk about. Even if somebody puts out a wacky high price, like, I'll talk about that too, because it's just fun for conversation, right? So I put that out, and then I saw a tweet from Peter Brandt, and I chose to not cover this previously, but then I got a third person making a price prediction, and I came back and was like, okay, I'm putting them all together, and we're going to talk about this. But here's Peter Brandt, and he seems to be rather respected, and he's got almost 300,000 followers on Twitter, so he's out there. Anytime he makes these type of tweets, it tends to get picked up by crypto media. It is discussed, so, I'm sure this... Actually, you know what? I did end up seeing this discussed. I can't remember which crypto media. Somebody did make a story out of this one here. It doesn't matter. For the sake of this video, it doesn't really matter. But he tweeted out, if Bitcoin has intermediate correction, then XRP will go to 16 cents. And he's got his little chart right here. Okay. And so as far as this guy goes, I was like, well, he's allegedly reputable. And I don't know. I hadn't seen anything that was just straight up XRP FUD from the guy in the past. Now, this one right here, this TradingView one, to me, with nothing being behind it, it's a no-name person. I'm just kind of like, this must just be. There's no explanation to it whatsoever. There's no written explanation for it. And then you get to this guy. Okay, this guy I just followed today. just because this. I want to see what happens with this. This guy's named, it's another Peter. We got a couple of Peters here today. Peter Zacharias. And he tweeted out, XRP potential targets for upcoming weeks, 28 cents, 22 cents, 15 cents. My personal view as of now is that if XRP's monthly candle closes below 30 cents, it could go down all the way to 15 cents, very possibly even to 13 cents. XRP's monthly chart is very bearish. New lows are now very likely. So let me piece together what I got from here, because I got 3 extreme predictions to the negative for XRP, and all not that far off from each other, ranging from 8 cents on the low to 16 cents on the high end. Okay, so this guy that's the no-namer, I'm willing to just throw this out because it's a no-namer with no written explanation. Okay, move on to the next one. You got Peter Brandt here. He's at least acknowledging that if Bitcoin has a correction, that's what would prompt XRP to go down. Okay, well, if Bitcoin goes down, that's one thing. But then you got the third guy here, Peter Zacharias, and he's saying, he's not even talking about Bitcoin. He's just saying if XRP, for any reason, goes below 30 cents, then it could go as low as 13 cents, which just seems like pure absurdity to me. And there are a couple of reasons for this. The way that these crypto markets move, the people in general, when they're invested in crypto, they're really, by and large, betting on the asset class as a whole. No matter what they're invested in, there are some people like me that invest based on utility. That is why I'm here. There's a reason that XRP is the only cryptocurrency that I continue to put money in on a regular basis. Okay, and you can see the price action. It's absolutely moving in tandem. It really is moving in tandem, up and down. Not to the minute, the second, the day, the month, the week, whatever. It's not literally down to that necessarily, but everything tends to move in tandem. Now, when you see major corrections, like when even with that over the last couple days, when Bitcoin was crashed, especially below 14,000, you saw pretty much within the last couple days everything was tanking at the same time. So sometimes almost 100% of coins really do move at the same moment in the same direction, but a lot of times it's not quite that precise. But you do see that here. And so what I would say is, if any of these 3 analysts are correct in their predictions to any reasonable degree, if they even get close to this, the only way this is happening is if Bitcoin crashes and the market crashes as a whole. And so when I'm looking at this, I'm sitting here and I'm questioning, though. Okay, so is every coin receiving this kind of scrutiny? No, not like this. XRP, the people seem to want to pick on XRP in particular. Now with Peter, he seems to be more reputable, so I don't know that there is some motive behind this. I'm not going to make that claim with him. With this other guy, Peter Zacharias, I just scrolled a little bit through his Twitter. He seems to be anti-XRP. He was kind of poking fun at it, so that's probably what that is here. And then this guy, again, the 8 cents prediction guy, seems to be a no-name with no written explanation. But this is all getting put out in the universe, and people are taking this in as information. So I think that this is going to scare some people. And so if this happens, if any of them are right, at least this Peter Brandt guy stated that it would be based on Bitcoin going down and there would be that big of a correction. But if Bitcoin causes this, Bitcoin better majorly tank if it's going to push XRP all the way down to 16 cents or else. I'm not believing that for a moment. And I still don't even think this is going to happen. But even though I don't think it's going to happen, like it would have to be like massive crashing of the entire asset class. And I don't know what that would look like, but everything would be going down. But it would not be, here's what it would not be based on. It would not be based on the utility and real world adoption of XRP. That definitely would not be a thing. Most certainly not. Nothing has changed. When you see these prices going down, typically, people panic sell and they're like, oh my God, is this the end? How many people do you ever think have had a cross their mind like, is this the end of XRP? Did I make a really poor choice in my investment? This or that. How many people in the world have asked themselves that? And how many people, after asking themselves that, actually sold? Probably a lot. Enough have stuck around that XRP, I mean, I'm one of them, enough stuck around that XRP is still third in market cap. So utility to some degree and potential utility is being recognized to a certain degree. That's why there are rankings, and that's why XRP has been at the top for years and years and years and years and years. There's a reason they're in the top 10, right? They're in the top 3. And so none of that is going to change in terms of the actual utility, the actual where we're going. You just see nothing but positive news, and I know this is why so many people get frustrated. There's nothing but positive news out there in terms of XRP, not just technologically, but in terms of real world adoption. It's amazing to me that in less than a year, you've got Ripple, which launched their the production version of XRapid, got over 20 customers signed on to the production version of XRapid. And we just got MoneyGram signed on, and the market didn't care. And that's because the market is not yet willing to parse out the winners and losers. That's the truth of this all. So as far as all of this goes, I mean, look, I can't foresee this. Why are there no predictions about other top 10 coins? Why don't we see 3 different analysts predicting this type of crash for other top 10 coins? Because the truth is, to me, a big reason this doesn't make sense is that when it comes to price movement, especially if you're talking about on this scale, it is moving in tandem, especially if you're talking about if it's going downward like this. And you know what I tend to see, and this is kind of anecdotal, admittedly, but when I see in tandem price movement, when I see it move like all coins starting to move in a direction all at the same time, it's almost always downward. You do see it upward, but to me it just seems, and maybe it's just an anecdotal thing, but it seems to me that sometimes certain coins they're just, if they're going to have tandem price movement, it's more likely to lag on the upward swing as opposed to the downward. That's that's just anecdotally, with me being in the space for a little over a year and a half. That's what it seems like that to me based on what I've been seeing here. So again, to me, I just, none of this is, of course, financial advice at all, and I don't give price predictions, and I don't offer financial advice because I have no financial background whatsoever. I'm just an enthusiast within the XRP community, but when I see this kind of nonsense, I gotta call it out for what it is, and so I think it's a bunch of FUD. I think it's absolutely a bunch of FUD, and to see 3 predictions like this, like I said, inside of several days, when fundamentals couldn't be stronger, and again, especially if like this last guy, this Peter Zacharias guy, he doesn't even seem to think Bitcoin has anything to do with it. He just thinks that if it would break below 30 cents, then it's going to 13, which just seems completely irrational to me. There's no sense to that whatsoever. It didn't even show a chart explaining. He didn't even attempt that. And so that's an assumption with, consider this too. This is the point I had to make in this video. So in this theory, like Bitcoin could be going up. So so then what would be happening here? Like XRP would be the only crypto on the planet, and it just happens to be the 3rd market cap. But this particular coin would be on the downtrend, crashing down to 13 cents, losing over half of its market cap. But in this hypothetical situation, Bitcoin would be increasing in value dramatically, perhaps, or at least to some degree, or staying where it's at. That's just absurd to me. That given the degree to which, admittedly, the asset class is moving in tandem price-wise, that makes absolutely no sense to me. So this doesn't affect me emotionally whatsoever, but when I see stuff like this, and from 3 analysts, and I gotta call it like it is. That's it. So I'll stop. I should get off my soapbox. I don't want to keep ranting. But thank you very much for listening. I do appreciate it. And again, I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea.